Pity for Dan. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've had a very similar experience in my life as Jane does. There's a character named Sam where I'm his researcher and we're, pretty equal and we're a great team and good partners, but he always says, so what are you doing later? You want to go out later? And I have had that. I'm happily married now, but on sets where I have been shooting a scene with someone, it's going very well, but I can tell, oh God, I think he's gonna ask, oh God, is he gonna ask me out? He's gonna ask me out, but I have to work with him tomorrow. Then I have to work with him for the next month. How do I maintain that balance of not offending him, but getting my point across that I don't wanna go out on a date? And I think that's something that the women who worked at Newsweek, News of the Week, had to they had to do that dance all the time.
How can everyone who watches this show, how can they take the themes in the series and apply them to their real lives? What's your hope?
Stand up, young girls, stop competing with one another and come together and stand up for yourselves in the moment. I've had times where I was sexually harassed or sexually discriminated against, and I go home and I don't say anything in the moment, and I mull over it and I can't go to sleep, and I think, why didn't I just stand up for myself? It's okay to stand up for yourself.
I would love to speak to that exact thing that she just said, which is that sometimes that's how it happens, is when something happens to you, the response isn't immediate. It's a process of recognizing that you're uncomfortable. And I think for a lot of people, because of that organic pause that happens, you feel like I have felt like I no longer have a right to address it because too much time went by.
So like you can't, to revisit it would be
yeah,
too big of a deal.
And
you doubt yourself.
It's been something that's been addressed, most recently in the Trump campaign, where it's sort of like, well, why didn't these women come forward before? Well, you weren't running for president before. But I think also there is this there's this biological moment of, I'm a rabbit caught in a wolf's jaws, my spine is gonna go limp because I want to stay alive. It's okay to speak up whenever it happens, whenever it is time for you to say something in your own defense for your own well-being, do it.
Yeah.
Hollywood is just as racist and sexist as any other industry or anything in this country, because we're in America. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. The same forces that influence government policy, social, everything influences Hollywood. And the majority of people who run Hollywood are straight white men. So until the patriarchy and white supremacy and all that is, dismantled, we're gonna keep fighting these fights.
Yeah,
no matter where you are.
Until the people in the power positions, until the diversity gets to the power positions, it will be just like everywhere else.